Good day and welcome back to Carbon Racing Series Season 5. We're here at round 2 for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's going to be a banger. At least that's what we are all hoping. It was a bit of a banger last season. Should be one this season. It's got 27 turns this one, and it's the second longest track on the calendar behind Spa. It's got 50 laps exactly. Not often that you get a race that has an even number of laps. We look at some moments from the previous season. 3 wide into turn 27 between Big Bunder Boy, Ivan and Faco, with Bunder Boy coming out on top in that scenario. Later on during the restart, Big Bunder Boy made a bit of a big bungle as he goes deep into turn 1 and ends up ruining Ivan's race. Fortunately, that didn't end up counting. And then Lennart ending not just his race, but Simon V8's as well, and also inadvertently ending his championship hopes for that season. 3 compounds of tyres. Wouldn't expect to see anything other than soft tyres for qualifying. Currently, driver standings, Bradley leading the way ahead of last season's champion Ivan and the Season 3 champion Faco. Season 1 champion Lennart is a P4 in the championship. Currently, though, it's Red Bull on top with the Constructors' Championship. Ivan and Fakeaways leading the way with 33 points apiece, whereas Bradley was the only Mercedes driver to finish the race. So, is that working? Oh yes, there we go. Took a little bit of time for it to show up. At the minute, we've got 18 people in the lobby. I think we're still waiting for a couple. Normally, we would have been done by now, but it's unfortunately, 11th Panther. You need to choose your car. Anyway, hope you liked the new intro. And unfortunately, we didn't have time to make it last week. Everything went a bit awry, but we're here now, and we have what's hopefully going to be a... Oh, that's a seagull. Bloody seagulls. It was the pigeons in the Netherlands, and it's the seagulls here for me. Anyway, 19 drivers in the lobby. We may get one more, or we may get going shortly. At the minute, no news. Though people are readying up, so we should be getting underway fairly sharpish. And there we go, enough people have readied up. We will be getting into qualifying in the next minute or so, as of course it's going to take a little bit of time for the game to load us in. Shouldn't take forever though, as I do have a solid state drive. And I have cable salad galore. Hang on. Oh, there, thank you, controller. There we go. Is that going to work? There we go. That's a bit better. And for those of you who, I forgot to mention it, I am your host, your commentator today. I am Still Guns, and I am newly 300... Ooh, hang on. Stupid controller. I am newly 28 years and 1 day old. And I've already had some horrible bad news. So that's great. And I say it's horrible bad news. No one died. It's just my rent's going up, so that's fun. I need to start creating an army to overthrow the government and create a government based on peace, prosperity, equality. Who's with me? I've got to get an audience somehow. Anyway, for now, let us ignore the fact that I'm in a state. Ah, there's someone I haven't seen in a while. Why don't I see him? He's in a hat. Formula Cringe. Welcome back. And unfortunately, he's just a reserve driver at the minute, as the Haas duo, I don't believe either of them are actually taking part today. Let's bring up the relevant information, lap data and the track map. And the first car out on track is not Hyper, it's Julian de Bowman, who's come back after a little while. I think driving for McLaren again, though this time, is he a reserve driver? I don't remember. Behind him is Vizine Hetmar, former McLaren driver as well. Disappeared halfway through Season 4, as I recall. Oh, don't lose it just yet. It's only the outlap. Now, I don't just have a nice big bottle of water to wet my whistle with, I also have a rather small Battenberg cake. If you know what that is, well, you know what it is, but if you don't know what it is, it's a it's a square cake with 4 inner pieces, 2 of which are pink, 2 of which are yellow, and they're all encased in sort of almond jam of sorts. And then there's a sort of marzipan or something that surrounds it. It's really quite nice. And I used to hate it as a kid. I didn't actually used to eat it as a kid, but my whole sole reason for hating it was because it's got pink on it. And here I am. I think the 2018 Force India was one of the best looking Formula 1 cars of the 2010s. Anyway, Julian is starting his flying lap here. It's going to be his benchmark. Well, the benchmark and his banker lap. Hello, someone has just joined. Limp Well Done YT. Thank you for joining, following the channel. Every little helps. Hope you enjoy your time here, and hopefully you can enjoy the racing. I should also... Ooh, is that showing up? No, that's not showing up. Okay, that's fine. So anyway, Julian, almost losing it through that very tricky corner. I'm pretty sure they've reprofiled that for F1 22. It didn't used to be so hard on 2021, but here it's just some of the corners around this track have become just absolutely deadly. Like that last one just before the DRS zone as well. That can be quite dangerous. Anyway, coming around turn 27, the final corner, Julian has not put a foot wrong, best we can tell, aside from that little snap around turn whatever it is, and the benchmark is a 129.5. Vizine Hetmar is next, 131.3, quite a bit down. Next along behind that is not sure. Aha, Ivan Hafterkamp, and he immediately goes faster with a 128.4. Luke GDI, meanwhile, beat Julian with a 128.7. Quibus goes 129.3. Oh, and there's been a crash for FA Octavian. Something's gone desperately wrong for Octavian there, so he is going to start dead last. That's crazy. Steve, that's a name I've not seen in a while, too. Coming into the pits as he has invalidated his lap. Need to find people who are on fast laps. Thought that was going round. 11th Panther coming through the section where Mick Schumacher crashed, and he invalidates for good measure, so at least he gets a little bit of practice in. Meanwhile, Weiss Racing, using his... that's very wide, but that is actually a faster line. and it doesn't invalidate you for some reason. That's something that this track has held over from 2021. What is Weiss gonna do his sector 2 in? I know that Julian did his in about 50 seconds. Weiss is a bit down. It's not. Well, actually, no. Oh, sector 2 is the split is a lot further on than I remember it being, than I thought it was, even. So 103 through sector 2. Unfortunately, I've not really got much to compare it against. We'll see where Weiss, whatever, can come. Through turn 27, he's not really put much of a foot wrong, haven't been riding on board with the whole lap, but should be quite clean, but it's not the fastest lap as Lennart now goes even faster, pips Ivan to the P1 at the minute. We're still doing full qualifying. One thing that we are going to change, I think this is what CRS is changing, or it may be the other stream that I'm commentating for, I don't remember. But one or the other is going to switch to broadcast formation laps. I think that's the other league, I don't remember. Ben Dixon appears to be on a flying lap, and indeed he would appear to be so. See what his sector 1 time is. Is it going to be an improvement? No, it's not an improvement. So I think he's just set this 129.2, and this is just his in-lap. Quibus coming out for another attempt. Dan Edwin not had a clean lap yet. I don't think a lot of these people have had clean laps. Crazy Steve going to go for it again. Cringe also on his out lap. Bradley, last week's winner. Definitely going to be strong, I would imagine, as he needs to try and defend his race victory. And it's a good, strong start to be on a championship charge. Got yellow flags in sector 1. I believe that's Steve. Yep, Steve has already invalidated his flying lap, so he's got to go again. Bunch of people come out to the pits, including Season 3 champion Fakeaways. And the Red Bull, quite strong around here in real life, but as every car is equal, very little difference between these cars. So, with Bradley, I think we will ride with Bradley here, as we know that he is pretty strong as a qualifier and was just in a completely different league in last week's race. The controller, meanwhile, keeps thinking that I'm driving when I'm not. Going through, I don't know, I lose track of all these corners very, very quickly. I know that the last one is 27 and the first one is 1, and that's about it. Coming through the, I guess you could call it a hairpin, the banked. I think this is turn 13 actually. As we've had a few changes, Ryan Kennedy has gone up P4, that's pushed Ben Dixon down a place. Dan Edwin goes P5, pushes Ben Dixon down 1 more place. Bradley obviously hasn't got a time of the board yet, so we've got to see what is the sector 2 top. That is lightning fast compared to what Weiss did. It should be an easy 3 seconds quicker, depending on what his sector 3 time is like. Does he have more downforce? Does he have less? It doesn't feel like a good entry into the corner. It seemed a bit wide. Ivan has retired. I think he's happy with that lap. He's going to watch from now on. And Bradley, easily 3/10 quicker than Lennart. In fact, almost exactly 3/10 quicker than Lennart. So already putting on quite a fierce display of dominance. Faco, meanwhile, 32-2 through Sector 1. What can the Season 3 champion do? 1 minute 7, and that's very similar to what Bradley did. Opens the DRS through this final DRS. I hesitate, it's not really a straight, but it's easier to just call it a straight. No, it's not. The DRS isn't straight. Like the Ebola drone from Grand Tour. Coming across the line now, and that is incredibly close. 3/10, well, more like 2.5 tenths quicker than Leonard. 6 hundredths, give or take a few thousandths, faster than Bradley. Meanwhile, Mockrane has finally decided to turn up. There is one car that will be taken out by Mockrane, but it's going to be the wrong one, I think. As Mockrane is meant to be a Haas driver, but the one missing car is a Williams, I believe. Is it? No, actually, I think... Which one is it? I'm not sure. Which is the missing car? We've got 2 Mercedes, we've got 2 Red Bulls, we've got 2 Ferraris, we've got 2 Williams. Ah, it's an Alfa Romeo. So Mockrane will be in an Alfa Romeo today. There's Weiss on an outlap, heading to try and improve his fairly mediocre 1 minute 30.549, and we will ride with the Aston Martin here. See how much faster he can go. Yellow flag through Sector 3 as Quibus allows a McLaren past. That would be Hyper. Currently not had a great lap here, or bank lap at least, but we know that Hyper isn't usually the best qualifier around. He always tends to build his cars for the races. Weiss, meanwhile, through Sector 1 is a tenth and a bit up, so has improved slightly. Just about touched the wall there. Will that affect him? It may well do. Very nicely through this very tricky chicane. Something that's it's been catching me out for a while. DRS opens down this other isn't straight. The wibbly wobbly. 102.0. So it is an improvement. Oh no! But he's going round! And that's that corner. It really can catch you out. And that's Weiss's attempt over. So he's gonna, I reckon he's gonna come straight into the pits and bolt on a brand new set of soft tyres. Meanwhile, Visine Hetmar coming through Sector 2. He's a 2/10 up through Sector 1. Meanwhile, Crazy Steve has done a 102.6 through Sector 2. So not gonna be lightning quick. The DRS DRS open down the main straight, 137.97. It's not great, if we're honest. Visine Hetmar, oh, he's lost a bit of time through Sector 2. Where's the AlphaTauri going to end up? It's not gonna be a great improvement. He lost even more time through Sector 3. Only improved by a solitary 10th of a second. What does a W mean? W highlights? Like what? Is that like slang for win? I don't know. Was it something to do with being Dutch? I don't know. Ah. That cake is just amazing. So tangy. Oh. Hello. Crazy Steve has had a spin at that corner. And Visine Hetmar has called it a day. He's decided to retire his car on track. He hasn't crashed. his dot was still moving. 11th Panther, not driven, we haven't been on board with Panther here. Currently 130.4, P14 should be safe, but could still be under threat. He's got 5/10 to make up to his teammate Dave ahead of him. Can Weiss improve? Can Steve improve? And most importantly, where is Cohen going to end up as he comes into the pits right at the death of the session, basically? Wondering why he took so long. Maybe he had a real-life commitment to attend to. But, fact is, he's here now. So Ben Dixon, currently P11 with that 129.291. Can he improve? Just hypervertised from the session. Happy with that lap. This game is so inconsistent with the track limits. Sometimes you just slightly go over the corner, the white line, and you get penalised, but as we saw earlier with Weiss, he went really wide and didn't get punished at all. Ben Dixon had a very slight improvement through Sector 1, basically matched his previous best. Now coming down the sort of isn't straight. There's a lot of isn't straights down on this track. Sector 2 is an improvement. Oh, but it does the same thing as Weiss, and is that going to be an immediate loss of time? Gonna get a slipstream from Weiss, though. Maybe not an intentional slipstream, but Weiss still, nonetheless, gave a slipstream to Ben Dixon. So a nice little bit of teamwork going on, even if it wasn't intentional. Where is Ben Dixon going to end up? And yeah, he did lose a lot of time. That compromised him, so he's not going to improve. Does at least give a bit of a slipstream to Weiss in return, though. And Panther is not going to improve his lap time. He may have had a spin himself. And Luke GDI, I think, has just improved. And also Dave, he's just started his final flying lap of the session. People are retiring now, and at risk at the minute is Crazy Steve and Cohen. Now, Steve is out, he invalidated. Weiss could be under threat. At the minute, a Panther will be safe, but where is Cohen going to end up? Mercedes flying along. Didn't catch what his sector times were. So they could be good, but they could be bad. We shall see where he ends up. Comes across the line now, and it's P11. So at the minute, Weiss is under threat, and actually, Panther could be knocked out here, so I didn't... made a mistake. Panther isn't safe. Oh, but Weiss nearly pulled a Max Verstappen. And that was very cheeky, and that didn't work out. Lost time anyway. So Weiss has been knocked out. And Dave will improve. Not sure, but I don't think he improved his position at all. Yeah, he didn't. He improved the lap time, but not the position. So, knocked out of that session, Octavian, Visine Hatmark, Crazy Steve, and Weiss Racing. So the next session decides positions 11 to 15. I need to turn a light on. It's getting quite dark in my room. Bear with me. There we go. Right, so first car out on track, Quibus. There we go, that's the view I want. Don't know why it took so long. Quibus, followed by Julian de Boerman. Don't remember what position he was in Q1, but it doesn't really matter. Everything is null and void as far as Q2 is concerned. Behind Julian is Faco, Ben Dixon, Luke, and Dave. I'm just reminded of the mighty jingles always calling people whose username he can't pronounce Dave, even if it can sometimes be quite a simple username to pronounce. SR Grafo? I'll just call him Dave. I imagine that's what he might do with Ben Dixon. Who knows? Anyway, Quibus, first out on track, so we shall ride on board with the Alfa Romeo, as he will likely set the benchmark for Q2. And Julian not that far behind, easily through turns 1 and 2. And into what is apparently turn 4. More like turn 3 to me, but whatever. And then lost track already. Oh, but Quibus goes round. Bit too much curb or bit too much welly, not sure. So Julian will now be setting the benchmark. And it's a 32.9 through sector 1. It's a rather neat looking McLaren, though it's not as good as looking as a 2020 or 2021 or even the 2019 McLarens. I always preferred the 2019 McLaren actually. And it seems like he's getting a fair amount of wheel spin. So Julian not going to have the most amazing time, I imagine. 101.7 through sector 2, so yeah, definitely not going to be a super duper time, considering some of the fastest times we had in Q1. 28.7 would be about a 1 minute to 7 sector 2 time. And where will the McLaren end up? The lap has gone off without a hitch, 129.3, and I imagine Faco is immediately going to beat that, and yes, 127.9. First man to do so. Bradley will be next, but I believe he invalidated. Next is Ben Dixon, and he immediately goes P2. Dave is coming to the pits, he must have invalidated as well, and Luke GDI has also invalidated, so he hasn't got a lap time on the board. Bradley going for it again, unless he was on an outlap. So it could be that he was on an outlap. He's definitely going for it this time. I didn't catch what his 2.1 time was. 32.1. So, not sure where that compares actually. Oh, there's been a mistake for Ben Dixon. He's had a bit of an incident around turn 12. Oh, and Bradley could be getting a bit of a tow from the McLaren here. No, the McLaren moves aside. Sector 2, 1 minute 7.34. Oh, Bradley makes a mistake. That's not going to be a particularly quick time now. He's going to lose time all the way down this straight. Where can he end up? Not going to be amazing. He'll be lucky to get into the 128s, I think, with that. It is going to be a 128, but a pretty slow one. 128.8. Meanwhile, Ivan Hafterkamp with 128.1 on his flying lap attempt. Next up, it's going to be 11th Panther. No, it's going to be... Nope, no one's coming in. Okay, so Panther, he's invalidated. Ryan, oh, nearly clonked the wall. Ryan, Quibus, and Hyper on outlaps. Who's that? No idea. Waves the DRS almost like it's a like a fan. Hello. IR, McLaren driver. Hyper, I think, should be able to get a lap here. Don't think he had the next lap invalidated. Nope. Timer is on the board. And the track is not red. So we'll get a time on the board with any luck. Ryan Kennedy not far behind in the Williams. Quibus also soon to start his next attempt at a flying lap after he spun on his first one. Formula Cringe. Wow, 128.0. I wasn't paying attention. That is pretty close. How close exactly? 1.5 tenths. So yeah, so pretty close to the front row for Formula Cringe, though obviously it is just Q2. Leonard on an outlap now. He'll be starting his flying lap attempt very shortly. And I imagine he's going to go pretty quickly unless something goes wrong. Meanwhile, Hyper on the way towards finishing his flying lap 101.0 through Sector 2. So it won't be an amazing time, but it should be pretty quick. Only 3 tenths in it. So there should be around 128.5. Yeah, around actually not that far off. 128.471. Faker, meanwhile, happy with that time. Coming behind is Ryan, but he's coming to the pits for unknown reasons. Quibus, I think, has had another mistake. Yes, he has. Cohen on an outlap. Dave on a flying lap, 1-1-3 through Sector 2, and he's getting a slipstream from Quibus. So that might help him out a little bit. But at the minute, with that 1-1-3, I reckon that would be a 128.8 sort of time. Don't cut the track. 129.0, so he's lost a bit of time through Sector 3, actually. Julian going to start his next flying lap. With GDI on an outlap. So Leonard will be next. Ooh, his Sector 1 time was not good though, so he's had a mistake or something. Yeah, this lap is not going to be representative. Cohen apparently went fastest in Sector 1. His teammate Bradley is just up the road on an outlap. Where is Cohen going to put his Mercedes? We'll open the DRS now. There we can see the flap wide open. As wide open as the game would like. 101.4, so this is not going to be a quick time. He's about 6-7 tenths off of what Bradley can do. And yeah, just for confirmation, Leonard's time definitely not representative, 1:42.5. I think he's going for it again though. Cohen across the line, and it's a 1:28.9. It's definitely not an amazing time. Leonard has improved through Sector 1. Oh, he clunks the wall a little bit. That might slow him down. But with any luck, he shouldn't lose too much time. He had a 32.1 through Sector 1. Where's he going to end up in Sector 2? Yes, he has lost a bit of time. 1:05. Yeah, it's actually a bit faster than what Bradley was doing in sector what? In Q1 even. Bradley, speaking of, he's just come through 1:04 through Sector 2, so that is an improvement very much. Leonard gonna come across the line now to set a 1:27.9, so that's P2. Bradley, though, on course to smash that time and probably displace Faco as well. And yes, indeed, it's a second faster than his previous best, 0.2 quicker than Faco's best as well. Maybe Faco was a bit too hasty with the quit button. Panther is on a flying... No, he's just finished his flying lap. I don't think he improved it. Luke is on an out lap, I think. This isn't going to be a representative lap. That's for certain, sure. Try to say sure and certain at the same time, and then you end up saying curtain instead. So definitely not a representative time there. That was definitely a cool-down lap of some description. Williams being manhandled through the opening chicane. Ivan going to try and improve his 1:28.1 as that has pushed him down to P5. Quibus and Ryan have not had clean laps yet. They don't have a lot of time left to get those clean laps in. And Luke's Sector 1 time is actually 1 and a bit tenths slower than his previous best. So he has lost some time. Can he make it up through the final two sectors though? But Dixon just come out for a flying lap. Oh. Okay, Leonard has retired from the session. He's just pulled into the pits. As is Bradley. Quibus will start his flying lap now. And it should be his final flying lap. Oh, and Luke overcooks the turn 22 or whatever it was. Definitely took way too much curb, and that has punished him severely. And he may not get enough time to get another lap in. Ivan has invalidated again, but he should get enough time to set another lap. And I think the other Williams has potentially made... Nope, he hasn't. Was that a Williams? It must have been. That's Luke. He had to do a 99-point turn. Ryan needs to get a time on the board. Quibus 32.7 through Sector 1. It's going to have to do. He's not going to get another chance at this, I don't think. Sector 1, 101.3, so it's not bad. Oh, very close to taking too much curb, and he's going to get a clean lap this time. So it's taken long enough. Quibus has finally decided that this lap is the lap, unless he messes it up right here. But he doesn't, keeps it out of the wall, doesn't pull a Verstappen, comes across the line and now, and 1:28.9. Unfortunately, it's not enough to get him out of the bottom 5, and that is Quibus knocked out of the session. Ryan Kennedy will be next across the line. 26 seconds of the session remaining. Ryan gonna cross him across the line very soon. Hyper has a few seconds left to get across the line. Ryan goes P10, pushes Cohen into the danger zone. Cohen, though, is on a flying lap himself. Hyper has managed to start his flying lap in time. Oh, what? Ivan has received a 5-place grid penalty for blocking? For blocking Luke. Even though Luke was on a slow lap. What? Well done, game. Moron. Anyway, Cohen stands a chance of getting out of the bottom 5 here. Oh, but not with a chicane like that. Carl definitely didn't feel that happy. What can he manage through Sector 2? He is actually improving slightly. So down the final straight. Oh no, Dave has crashed. Oh dear. That could impact Hyper and Julian. Julian very much at risk here. Cohen, he could get into the top 10. Oh, he is into the top 10. And Julian is knocked out as a result. Hyper is not going to improve by that much. Doesn't really matter though. In fact, he lost time through the final sector. So the bottom 5, Julian is the rather shock elimination. P11 for the McLaren, Ryan Kennedy in the Williams P12, Quibus in the Alfa Romeo. Couldn't really get many clean laps in and ends up 13th. And the 2 Alpines of Dave and 11th Panther can only manage 14th and 15th. Yeah. So Ivan gets a BS penalty. I wonder what we're going to do about that. Because Ivan's not going to be happy with it, so I reckon as soon as qualifying 3 ends, we're going to get into the race, everyone's going to leave, we'll restart the lobby and set the grid as custom. Anyway, top 10 time, Q3 awaits. And everyone's happy to stay inside the pits. Oh, never mind. Here comes a Ferrari and a Mercedes. And that Mercedes is Bradley. And the Ferrari, I believe, was Leonard. Yes, it was Leonard. We'll wait for the other cars to come out on track, to venture out from their abodes. Sorry for being quiet. I'm eating my cake. It's gonna go stale if I don't. Anyway. Delicious cake. Something about Marie Antoinette and GLaDOS. The cake is not a lie, I can assure you. And whilst I'd love to eat all kinds of cake every day, it's not very good for you. So, yes, let them eat cake for now. But bread, you need it. White bread, I love, right? But it's not good for you. Brown bread, I hate, but it is good for you. If brown bread tasted like white bread, I would eat it. Right? Oh no! Leonard pulls a Schumacher. Fortunately, he's kept the car alive. That is incredible luck for Leonard there. He was on course to set the benchmark. Oh, that was a heart stopper. Fortunately, it's just a game, and we can be pretty certain that Leonard didn't just get banged around, unless he's got a very realistic simulator. Maybe he's like that, I don't know, that TikTok guy who every time there's a car crash in a game, he just throws himself forward. Ooh, that was actually 1 minute 3. 1 minute 0 seconds and 3/10 through Sector 2. So that's actually fastest Sector 2 so far, I believe. So this is going to be a stonking lap from Bradley. And across the line, 1:27.5. That is the benchmark. The time to beat. That's going to be a tough nut to crack. Tough cookie to break. Going to be 1 5 short of a Happy Meal, maybe. So, who is going to set up the lap next? 1 minute 6 for Ivan. Faco unfortunately didn't see what Faco's was going to be. Ivan will be close to Bradley, but not close enough. 1 minute 6 is still 3/10 down on what Bradley was doing, but can Ivan make up the time through this final sector? No, he can't. He's lost time, actually. Faco also not close enough. Ben Dixon, 1:28.9, so he's an entire second off of Ivan. And next is Formula Cringe, who goes P3, splits the two Red Bulls by going 100th quicker than Ivan. Next up, it's going to be Cohen. Oh! What? Oh, he's actually ahead of Bradley. Oh, I don't know what Cohen is doing. I don't think Bradley's going to go for another attempt here. Hyper, though, is on a flying lap. Going through the final DRS zone. Through turn 27. Hiking it a lot better than some of the drivers been managing this evening. Past the pit lane entry, and across the line, it's a 1:28.2. Acceptable lap time. And Dan Edwin is... Oh, Leonard has just set a lap time, 1:28.0. It's not an amazing time, but he was doing it on pretty scrubbed tyres, I imagine. And then Luke GDI is next, and he goes P6, 4 thousandths quicker than Hyper. So I'm not sure what's going on with Cohen. Dan Edwin on an out lap, so his flying lap will start within a minute or so. One issue about this cake, it's very sticky. Anyway, Dan Edwin. Driving around on his first flying lap. Or at least the first one that's going to count. He may have had an invalidation. What's his sector 1 time going to be? I imagine around a 32 it is. 32.4 basically. Through the hairpin of turn 13. Now down towards the nightmarish chicane. On turn 16? I don't know. Opens the DRS. And sector 2 time is going to be a 1 minute 0.8. So not going to be an amazing time compared to Bradley. Everyone pretty close though, otherwise. Going through the final turn. Dan Edwin, gets a snap of oversteer, too much throttle. And decides to call the lap there. Almost pulled a Verstappen. Both of the Red Bulls appear to be coming out. No. One Red Bull and a Mercedes of Bradley. Now you thought his first lap was quick. What is Bradley going to do on his next lap? It's just like 2021 all over again. Both Red Bulls and both Mercedes out on track. Going to be fighting the pole position. Meanwhile, it's Leonard coming out onto the track. He's got to improve that 1:28.0. He's got to find 5/10 somehow. Half a second. How is he going to be able to do that? Well, certainly his first lap wasn't great. So his second lap should be a lot better. Anyway, Faco will start his flying lap, but he may have a bit of traffic ahead of him. In fact, he definitely does have some traffic. Fortunately, he's got too much wheel spin. Oversteers quite a lot. Is that wing damage on Ben Dixon's Aston Martin? Indeed it is. He's already lost his front wing. So Ben Dixon is probably going to be P10 in this session. That's unfortunate for a long-time midfield driver. Going about to start his lap, Bradley. Let's see what he can do. I think Faco's had a mistake. Yes, indeed he has. Bradley improves by 2.5 tenths through Sector 1. That's unfortunate for Faco, which means his charge for a potential pole position has ended. Leonard starts his flying lap, and Ivan will not be far behind. Where's Cohen? Cohen is just set his sector 1 time. Unfortunately, we've not been able to see it. 1 minute, almost 1 minute exactly through Sector 2 for Bradley. This is going to be a stonking lap. This could end up being a 1:27 dead. But let's see. Going through the final turn, onto the final straight. Where's he going to be? 1:27.2. It's not quite a 1:27.0, but it's very, very close. Dan Edwin will start his flying lap again. His last attempt at a flying lap. Oh no, and I think Ivan has made a mistake. No, that's not Ivan, it was Faco who's made a mistake. And he's not going to get enough time to try and start a new lap. So Faco will not be getting provisional pole. Oh, and Cohen's lost his front wing, so he won't be setting a time either, which means Cohen could end up P10 here. Indeed, he will. Where is Leonard going to end up? He's done a 1 minute 2 through sector 2. It's just not enough, but it will put him P2 on the grid. Ivan, meanwhile. Can Ivan get a sneaky pole position? No, he can't. But he does snatch P2 away from Leonard. Can Faco pull out a sneaky pole position? Not with a 1 minute 3, but maybe he can make it up through an amazing sector 3. What can Cringe do? It's a 1 minute 27.495, just behind Leonard. And Luke GDI, I don't think he improved his lap much at all. Which means Dan Edwin, 1 minute 5 through sector 2. He's not going to be pole position here, which means Bradley Leonards, how do you pronounce that, will take pole position for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And as Dan Edwin manages to go 5th. So Ivan Hafterkamp will take P2 on the grid. Leonard will take P3, Formula Cringe takes P4, Dan Edwin takes P5, Faco an unfortunate P6 after something went wrong, Luke GDI P7, Hyper P8, Ben Dixon P9, and Cohen P10. I'm going to now take the time to try and finish off my cake before the race begins. Everything's going wrong. Ah! I've got a spider bite on my leg. I almost choked on the cake. Oh dear. Quickly. Yeah. Okay. Let's just see what's going on. Pretty sure. Yeah. So we're going to restart the lobby. Ah, no. Restart the lobby because Ivan got that stupid grid penalty. He's got to wait for an invite again. My cake is finished now, so don't worry. Not a lot of silence left. Cable salad again. Anyway. Right, so just got to invite everyone back in again. I don't know if Leonard's watching, but feel free to use the stream as a reference for where people were. Ooh, interesting. Ah, whilst we're still waiting for people, I'm going to take this brief respite to take a break. A comfort break, as some would call it. So I will be back shortly. Right, I'm back. We can all go now. Were people waiting for me? Oh, I don't know if they were, actually. Right, ready up. Ready up, everyone. Ready up! Let's go. Come on, 3 more people need to ready. Hyper, Luke, press ready. Mock-Rain, press ready. Ready! Come on. No one listens to me. Well, the water after the cake is giving me indigestion, so I feel like not eating anything else. So, yay, that's the whole point of water, I guess. I mean, I know it's not, but whatever. Ow. Bloody spider bite. Why can't these spiders just leave me alone? It's my room. You're the one on my bed. Leave me alone. Get off my bed and get in the web or whatever. Go away. I am not prey. I'm not a predator either. I'm literally just rolling over in my sleep or something. But no, great big red welt on my thigh. Wonderful. Oh, who be watching? Who be watching? Who's watching? No one. Right, well, it's about time that the game got here. Don't know why it took so long to load. Guess maybe other people were having issues of some degree, some sort. But we're here now. F1, powered by hybrid since 2014. The world's most efficient engine. Or however it goes. Yeah. You know, as great as the hybrid engines are, everyone wants the V10s back. They sound better. So,
here we go then. The formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm.
Broadcast formation lap.
Into some of the team's hands in today's race.
And we can see that 3 drivers are starting the race on soft tyres. I might actually be able to get a nice, proper camera view. Oh, that's sudden.
The drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Am I going to get a proper starting camera this time? I don't know. I really hope so. It gets so annoying when I can't get the proper starting camera. I can't change the view here, so I'm stuck on it. Please, please, I need the proper camera. Yes! That's how it works! We've got 5 lights coming on! It's lights out and away we go, and it's looking like a pretty good start! Oh my god! I don't know if you heard that! Oh, fuck! Oh, that scared the shit out of me. It's raining so hard. Lightning has just come out. We've had a thunderstorm here every night for the past 2-3 days. It's sunny all day and then it's thunderstorms at night. Oh god. Oh, I can't cope with that, man. Oh. I want to call a safety car. Oh. God. Hi, Hangers. I was about to have a really nice time commentating, and I've now had my heart put into maximum overdrive by the sudden bolt of lightning less than 100 meters from home. I think. I don't know how far away it was. Oh. Fucking hell. That's really put me off. It's really coming down. Oh god, I'm shaking. That just caught me completely off guard. Okay. It appears that there's been an incident of some description. There's been some cars coming to the pit lane. Luke, Faco, Quibus and Ben Dixon. I don't know what happened. I was too busy being scared by lightning. Faco down in 19th, so it's gone horribly wrong for Faco. And Luke picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding, so let's pick up the stuff. Oh. It's been a while since thunder has come down, lightning even has come down that close to home. It's really coming down. Holy crap. Oh, and Ben Dixon speeding under VSC, so there's been another incident, I think. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happened because we've just been stuck on Bradley for a while. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just got completely taken by surprise by the lightning. Oh, it's taking me a while to recover. Yeah, well, should be fine as racing gets back underway. Norman commentary should hopefully resume. It's not been a great start for Leonard. He's lost a position to Formula Cringe. That's not what you really want to be seeing when you're a Ferrari driver at the back end of a Haas, unless you're lapping it. Ivan still taking the fight to Bradley and managing to hold on, but possibly losing a little bit of time. Doesn't look like he's as fast down the straights as Bradley is. As I mentioned earlier, it's been a nightmare start for Luke GDI. Oh, Mockrane coming into the pits as well now. He comes out, just behind Faco as a result of a tank slapper. Not sure what happened to these guys, but they're right down at the bottom of the field. After starting fairly high up, Faco down 11 positions, Luke down 12, Ben Dixon, who's right at the back, down 11 positions as well. And Ivan, definitely slower on the straights. He's losing time to Bradley. Formula Cringe, just about catching up to Ivan too. Though with the DRS, Ivan should be able to make some inroads on Bradley now, and he does actually set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:31.4. And Cringe sort of gravitating around the 1 second margin, and I don't think he's had a great sector 2 there. So actually, can someone clip that lightning? Actually, I want to hear it. How clear it was on the microphone. Anyway, so Cringe losing out in terms of speed, and Leonard is as well. Actually, he's a second behind Cringe as well. Ivan holding on for dear life, but he just doesn't have the straight line of speed when the DRS is closed. Luke GDI sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Faco has managed to recover to P16, but now he's at the head of that train. And actually, Quibus is getting past Faco, so something's gone wrong for Faco again. Ivan, with the help of the DRS, is catching up to Bradley, but he's not at a great turns 23 and 4 or whatever. Oh, yellow flag. And that is Mockrane going slowly. So he's had a spin, potentially. Ivan. Oh, Bradley getting a lot of wheel spin, and Ivan could be about to take the race lead here. He's got the DRS. I don't know if he's using the energy. Let's take a look at that. No, he's not at the minute anyway. 1:32.1. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So Ivan, last season's champion, aiming to defend his championship. Or losing a bit of time through turns 1 and 2, but still holding on. Yeah, definitely losing some time through these bits. So he's got to make up the time. And actually did make up a little bit of time there. So he's using his energy as well. Got to try and stay within that 1 second barrier. You can see Leonard also getting closer to Cringe. As Hyper and Cohen. Oh, Cohen has actually had a crash. Yeah, he's cooked his tyres, he's pulled a Schumacher, and he's... get going, keep going, and that won't be a safety car. So he's lucky there. Oh, and Crazy Steve also had a spin or something. Oh, this is gonna be close. We're gonna see some DRS chicken here, I reckon. Ivan has the DRS, but he's going to want to stay behind Bradley here until... Yes, he's just close to the rear wing. He'll get the DRS for the start, finish straight, and this should... Oh, but he gets a bit of wheel spin. Fortunately, he's still within 3/10. He's got the DRS again, and this should be a fairly easy pass. He's going up the inside, and that's Ivan into the lead. So now Bradley has all the work cut out for him to try and get back past. I reckon we're going to be seeing a lot of leapfrog here. Meanwhile, another pair who leapfrogged. Cringe is now behind Lennart. So Lennart can now afford to try and chase down the leading pair and try and dispatch Formula Cringe. We've got a yellow flag. And that is Mockrane. He's still going. He's just had a spin at that horrific chicane. Bradley keeping Ivan honest here. Oh, and we've got another yellow flag. That is Dave, who spun. And Ivan picks up a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. So that's not going to help Ivan's race here. Had a bit of a voice break. Bradley gonna want to do the same thing that Ivan did to him last lap. Or maybe he's gonna try and make the pass now. Bradley being a bit more selfish. He's going to make the pass here, but that's gonna give the DRS to Ivan. So Ivan will have the DRS again down the start, finish straight, and Lennart has managed to catch back up. Steve retires. I think Steve has crashed. Yeah, he has crashed. But there's no safety car. Oh, actually, he hasn't crashed. He's just spun and decided, nope, that's it. Oh, Mockrane spins again. So, Mockrane clearly got cooked tyres and not very happy around here. He's losing a lot of time through spins. Top 4 now. Fight all within about 2 seconds here. 2.2 seconds separating the top 4. And Ivan desperately trying to keep up with Bradley. You can definitely tell who is the better driver here. No offense to Ivan, but Bradley just seems to be able to eke that bit more of performance out of his car. Ivan does at least have the DRS, so that's going to help him down these final 2 sectors. He won't be able to make the pass yet, but he may have to start defending as well. If he can't catch Bradley, he will have to start defending. So Bradley obviously doesn't have the DRS. Ivan and Leonard have the DRS. Cringe, who's starting to become a bit more distant, does have the DRS. I don't think Cringe had a very good 3rd sector there. We've had another spin. I think that's Luke. Yes, indeed, it's Luke. He's lost an end plate. Come on, Luke, go. Okay, come on, Luke, we'll get a safety car. There we go. So he keeps going. And Ivan has not had a good 1st sector there. A very poor 1st sector even. He's down a 2nd to Bradley, and now that Bradley's broken that margin, I don't think Ivan can get back inside of it. The DRS was his one saving grace there, and he's lost it. And now Bradley can just afford to take off into the distance. Please don't become the Lewis Hamilton of CRS, Bradley. We don't want to see one person dominating the entire season. So now that Leonard has the DRS on Ivan, who is fairly slow in a straight line without it, Ivan, his days in P2 are numbered. Probably without traction control, no spin, but doing the race with traction control on medium, spinning every corner. Yeah, I noticed that too. As Leonard gets past Ivan, I've been spinning a lot more with medium traction control, so I'm wondering, maybe I should just switch off the traction control completely, just see how it goes. I'm just so irritated. Even though they say they didn't do anything in patch 1.09 concerning the handling, I'm certain they've done something. Because you don't just go from not spinning at all to spinning all the time with the same driving style without some sort of change. So something's gone on. Ivan, meanwhile, he's managing to keep pace with Leonard, and it's looking like it's going to be a fight for P2 between Leonard and Ivan here. Neither driver is able to catch up to Bradley here or keep up with him. The DRS was helping Ivan, but whatever happened, Ivan lost the DRS, and now he is too far back. Both of them are too far back, and Cringe is also falling back as well. If Octavian made a mistake as well, or no, he's just had a disconnection as Ivan came into the pits. So currently, Octavian, he's not at the keyboard. It appears he's had a disconnection of some description. Actually, it was Leonard who came into the pit, so Leonard going to hook on a new set of tyres. And it's going to be hard tyres, probably for the rest of the race. And he comes out ahead of Julian. So this is probably Leonard trying to pull an undercut on Bradley, hoping that he can go fast enough on his out lap to try and jump Bradley in the pits. That might be another great big flash of lightning. Yeah, it's loud, but it's not the sudden boom we had earlier. Oh, yellow flag in Sector 2. I think that's Hyper. No, it's not. It's Julian. So Julian had a spin at turn 13. So he's lost time. So what is the margin? 19 seconds. Leonard, I think, could be catching up to Bradley here. He could make the jump What is Bradley going to do? He's going to stay out. Ivan, though, is not. Ivan is responding. Goes into the pits. And he's got Cringe behind him as well for company. On go the hard tyres. And Leonard coming down the main straight now. Getting some DRS from the AFK car in front. And I think this is Leonard. Yep, he retakes his position. So Ivan definitely being undercut there. Oh, full course, yeah, yellow car, safety car. What has happened? Oh, there's been a crash. A massive crash between FA Octavian and 11th Panther. Not certain what happened there, but that's going to give potentially a free pit stop to Bradley and Dan Edwin as well. Everyone's coming into the pits for a free pit stop, and it's just a Sergio Perez kind of situation. Leonard and Ivan both pit for new tyres just before the safety car came out. Oh dear. So Dan Edwin stands to benefit from this one. Most unfortunate. The safety car, you can see, waiting for the leader. Bradley would be stupid not to come in for new tyres. He's got the free pit stop. So he will maintain his lead, and there we go. He comes into the pits. Will Dan Edwin come into the pits as well? I would imagine so. No, he's... Oh, yeah, he is, actually. I thought he was still going. So a bit of a disaster for Leonard and Ivan. And Ivan actually gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. He was going too fast. Dan Edwin... No, he's not going to be able to hold on to P2. But he does come out in P3, and that means Ivan has lost out on the podium completely here. It's not worked out as it would have. It's not worked out for Ivan as he probably would have liked, but at least he has now been reset and put right up the diffuser of that Mercedes in front. So now coming into the pits, Visine and Hitmar coming in for new tyres as well, even though I'm pretty sure they were... Oh, he had to replace his front wing, and he's putting on soft tyres. They're not going to last very long. Ooh. And he might be jumped by Faco and Ben Dixon here. Faco's just been in a bit of no man's land since lap 1. Fortunately, I didn't catch what happened with that race. The first lap. So I don't know why he's down here. But obviously something bad went wrong. What happened? Oh, Mokrain going slowly. Stops on track. You'd think he was having a mechanical issue, but you can't in this game. Maybe he's just letting people by to allow himself to be lapped. I don't know. We're going to be waiting a little while for everyone to catch back up. It will be Ben Dixon who's going to make up the tail end of the train. As Luke GDI is within the train, he's been lapped. Luke is AFK. He's disconnected or something, so Luke no longer in it. Maybe he rage quit, who knows. Baker crashed in turn 3. Apparently, so I'll see if I can get a replay afterwards, but and at least the rain has calmed down a bit. Oh, ooh. I've just noticed something. Bradley has a penalty. 3 seconds of penalties, but a penalty nonetheless. Ivan, though, has 8 seconds worth, so it means if he's... Ooh, that was very close from Bradley there. He almost clonked into Leonard. Could have got him, yeah, 5-second penalty on top of his 3-second one. So Ivan has 8 seconds of penalties, which means if he comes into the pits again, he will have to serve 5 seconds, and the remaining 3 seconds will be put on to his time at the end of the race. So, Ryan, Kennedy, and Dave swapping positions. Probably just jockeying. Maybe one of them made a mistake. Julian being overtaken? What? Ryan should not be able to make the overtakes then. In fact, he is letting people past. There we go. So Ryan getting a bit too zealous? I don't know. Oh, safety car coming in. Very late call from the safety car. They've got to wait a while here. Oh, this is going to be very close. We don't... And look at the chaos it's wrought across the lower end of the field. Oh, there's contact between the Aston Martin and the McLaren. That's Weiss and Julian. Oh, Faco gets a 5-second penalty. Look at Ivan. He's coming into the pits to serve his penalty now. Julian gets 2 5-second penalties. Oh, we're having chaos already. Ivan has voluntarily ruined his race. Formula Hinge and Weiss get 5-second penalties. Everyone's getting penalties. It doesn't matter about the clips. I can still come watch the stream VOD. Oh, Bradley almost going sideways there. Fortunately, he was able to keep it on track. Leonard still within a second. Obviously, Quibus gets past Julian. I think Julian has a bit of damage. Oh, what's going on for... Ivan has crashed on the exit of the pit lane and he's decided to rage quit. You can't blame him for that. That's unfortunate, to say the least. Oh, people cutting the corners. Don't blame them. That's a very dangerous, irritating corner. Leonard and Dan Edwin chasing down Bradley. But we're not going to get the DRS for another lap or so. And Leonard, actually, is he fast on the straight line? I don't know, but we might not find out for very much longer because Ben Dixon's has a crash at turn 22? 25? I don't know. 25, I think. No, he keeps going. No safety car required. And Ivan, obviously right at the back end of the race, he's going to have another pit. Have to stop again for a new front wing. And that's his race destroyed. Which is unfortunate. He was leading it for a very short period. So Cringe, he's got 5-second penalty. I wonder if that will be contested afterwards. And Weiss up into P5. That's not expected. Visor and Hetmar gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Yellow flag and sector 1 as Luke GDI going slowly. Is that Luke? No, it's not. It's someone else. It's Ryan Kennedy. He's DNF'd. As we see, Ivan's DAI coming into the pit lane. And Bradley was about to pull away from Leonard there. But crucially, on the cusp of 1 second, might be enough. In fact, Leonard clearly just doesn't quite have the same pace that Bradley does. And has Dan Edwin lost some pace? Something has gone wrong for Dan Edwin, I think. So he's lost a lot of time. He's 2 seconds behind his teammate as Bradley set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:30.5. DRS has been enabled, which means Cringe could get past Dan Edwin here, but he still has that 5-second penalty to contend with. Leonard has managed to claw back some ground on Bradley. He's still got... Oh no! Leonard is out of the race! Oh no! Dan Edwin inherits P2. Cringe inherits P3. That is really unfortunate for the Season 1 champion. He was pushing so hard, and his race ends in the tyre barrier. Or the Tech Pro barrier, actually. Funnily enough, no safety car. Maybe it's too soon for the game to consider it. Hyper has had a crash. Not a crash, disconnection. Ooh, that was odd. So Bradley is now going to be able to run away with the race lead. Another yellow flag, and that's Visine hit mark. Yes, indeed it is. The only remaining AlphaTauri who spun at the evil chicane. Cringe has the DRS. He's got the slipstream. And he's making some inroads on Dan Edwin, looking for P2 here now, all of a sudden. And it could end up being that Cringe could well get that P2, which I think would be the highest position he's ever finished in a Tier 1 race. Don't quote me on that though, he may have won a race, I'm not entirely certain. Getting a lot of wheel spin on the exit of turn 2. But reeling in that Ferrari, the customer engine, the customer car, bringing in the works team. But of course, with that 5-second penalty, Cringe has to make a lot of ground on Dan Edwin. And I just don't think there's enough time. Which could mean that Quibus, of all people, could end up on the podium. That would be unexpected. Oh, Dan Edwin cuts the corner. He got it all wrong. Out of shape. DRS now for Cringe. So where will he be able to overtake? Can he overtake? He doesn't get turns 24, 25, right? I think that's 25, I don't know. So he lost a bit of time, but with the DRS he's able to make it back up. He just needs to not make as many mistakes. Going quite deep into turn 27. Not sure it worked out for him much there. And yeah, he didn't have the traction on exit, so he's only now gaining that time back. Dan Edwin, though, not looking so comfortable through some of these corners, but Cringe getting a lot of wheel spin. That unexplained game change. I swear something has changed in this game. It wasn't so hard to drive in the middle of August when I was last able to properly play. Currently, this is the closest battle on the track. Julian sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix now, 1:30.267. And I think he's on soft tyres. Yes, he is. 2-lap-old soft. Dave on fresh softs, as is Visine Hitmar. Hyper coming into the pits, but I think that's... Is he still AFK, disconnected? Yes, he is. His car is transparent. As is Ivan. Ivan has rage quit. Luke probably rage quit. And Mockrane, either he's rage quit or... No, he hasn't rage quit. He's still going. So Bradley, no one can contest this lead now. He's used up all of his battery power, probably trying to take back that fastest lap. And then Edwin, still under threat from Cringe. But Cringe just not able to make the moves. And I think he definitely had better traction there. So I think what is letting Cringe down here is that his traction out of corners. He does seem to be the faster driver here, but he's just not got the traction, and he's losing time on the exit of those curves, those turns, corners, whatever. At the minute, this is really the only battle on the field. Everyone's quite spread out after that rather chaotic restart. I have no idea what wing levels people are on, but given that Cringe is catching up, I mean even with the DRS, you'd still be slower with the 0 than some of the 0-0 wings, I think. I'm really not sure. Dan Edwin still able to keep the distance, and Cringe just not able to make up enough ground. He was getting closer there, though. This is the closest he's been for a while, but he's just getting so much wheel spin out of turn 2 there. Oh, this is close. Yeah, Cringe is not as good through the corners. That may be an experience. It may be a lack of downforce. He's definitely lost about 2/10 through Sector 1 there. He's a 10th slower than his previous best. Let's take a look at previous best lap times. So Cringe, yeah, he is slower than Dan Edwin, just about. I'll take a look at what Dan Edwin's Sector 2 time is like. He actually got the DRS from the AFK car. Didn't see what Cringe's Sector 2 time was. So Dan Edwin, oh no, he didn't get the DRS again. Cringe getting closer and closer, and he's not going to make the move just yet. He does pulls the DRS chicken, but he's now within striking distance. Dan Edwin once again gets the traction, but Cringe is going to be able to make the move. Dan Edwin defends a little bit, but Cringe takes the inside of turn 1, turns into the inside of turn 2. Dan Edwin now relegated to P3. Oh, but Cringe immediately makes a mistake and gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. I mean, it wasn't much of a corner cut, but there's nothing the investigation could do about that one. So that's 8 seconds of penalties for Cringe there. Which means at the minute, the best he can finish is... Let's go back to leader time. Ooh, yeah. P5. No, P4 even. That's where Cringe will end up. He's going to end up in P4, and it's just a bit of a disaster, really. And Dan Edwin hasn't lost track of the Haas. And he's got the DRS as well. And he's just looking so much more comfortable with the car. DRS chicken once again. And this time Dan Edwin is probably going to make his second place position stick. Cringe defends to the inside, but Dan Edwin just breezes around the outside, and he makes the move before the corner. So Cringe has a lot of work cut out for him, but in the end, it's not. I don't think it's going to work out. Now, Faco is back in the points after his nightmare start, and he's now within a second of Julian. He has just put on some brand new tyres up the field as well, also getting close to the DRS margin. Ben Dixon and his teammate Weiss. Faco sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:29.984, and he breezes around the inside of Julian. No contest there. So Faco should get the fastest lap point, though he's weaving a little bit, trying to warm up those tyres a little bit more, I think. And now he's just got to try and make up the ground on Julian, make sure that Julian can't get the DRS at any point. And with these 4-lap fresher tyres, it's looking like a breeze. So Julian, faster in a straight line or had better traction out of turn 12. But Faco has the grip through turn 13, and he's made up that second margin. But Julian definitely very quick in a straight line. Won't get the DRS though. Formula Cringe still staying remarkably close to Dan Edwin. He may not get P2 in the end results, but he definitely wants it on track. There's a win in his books, at least. There are 3 laps of the race remaining, including this one. And yeah, the 2 Aston Martins fighting it out for P5. Ben Dixon has a slightly fresher rubber than Weiss, and Weiss doesn't have a lot of energy left. Yeah, so Weiss just probably not going to be able to hold on here. He will still at least finish in P6, which is a good result for considering where he started. We'll take a look at that. Position changes. Weiss, oh wow, up 11 places. It will turn into 10 if Ben Dixon can overtake him. But still, that's a drive of the day, I think. Absolutely flawless from Weiss here. Ben Dixon hits the DRS. Is he going to hold off? He's using the energy as well. So Weiss gets overtaken by his teammate, and he can't really fight back. That swapping of positions for the Aston Martin duo. Can Weiss really fight it back? Is he trying? He's losing time. He doesn't have a lot of energy left at all, even with the DRS. I think both drivers were running out of energy at the end of the straight. Hence why Weiss managed to claw back a little bit of time. Ooh. The gap between Cringe and Quibus has grown. These two, despite being they're fighting, Quibus just not able to keep up. They are still it's like Bahrain 2014, where the 2 Mercedes drivers were still pulling away from 3rd place, even though they were fighting. The gap currently 3.4. That's still just within the margin that Quibus would get P3 on the podium. There's one more lap for these two to try and, well, for Cringe to try and get ahead of Dan Edwin. This could be his last best chance. He's got the DRS, he's dumping his energy. He's gonna make the move here. He wants P2 on the road, and this will help him, should help him get P2. Oh, but he's not having a great exit, and in fact, oh, okay, I thought he was on medium tyres for some reason. I misread that. But yes, this gap should now mean that Cringe is 8 seconds ahead of Quibus. I'm gonna check the leader. Oh, not Quibus, Crane has had another incident. And yeah, I do think that's Cringe outside of the 8-second margin. So Cringe absolutely banging it through these corners, sticking with Dan Edwin, and he may actually get P2 on the road here. He's been fighting for this ever since he got that 3-second penalty. And yeah, he's gonna get that margin. He's pulling away from Dan Edwin. So if he didn't have the penalties, he would have an amazing P2 on the road. As it happens, though, it's only going to be P3 but still another podium for Cringe. But it's another win for Bradley Leonards, who takes his second win in a row, and that's 50 points in the championship now. Dan Edwin will take P2, Cringe P3, mega drive from Cringe. Quibus comes home to take it P4. I don't remember what points he got in the last one. Oh, now penalties for these guys. Oh, Ben Dixon got 6 seconds of penalties, but he should be safe. He's far enough ahead of his teammate Weiss. And indeed, Ben Dixon will take P5 ahead of his teammate. Faco will take P7 on the road. It's a decent recovery. He started, I think, P6 actually. Was down at the bottom of the field after lap 1. Manages to finish in P7. Julian will take P8. Dave is going to take P9. And Visine Hitmar, right at the back, will take his first point of the season, I do believe. So not a bad race for some of these guys. You know, I completely forgot about interviews. Ooh. I mean, I can do them. If people are willing to do them. But first we'll just briefly run down the race results. Again, Quibus gets driver of the day as far as the game is concerned. So, race results then. Come on. There we go. Bradley taking his second win in a row, and this time he actually manages to take it after the game decided, no, you didn't win it last time, even though you led every single bloody lap. There we go. There's your trophy. You finally get it. Oh, lagging. So, it is Bradley winning the race from Dan Edwin. Takes his first podium of the season. Cringe also takes his first podium of the season. Quibus takes P4. Ben Dixon P5. Weiss Racing P6. Faco P7. Julian P8. Faco also takes the fastest lap point. Julian P8. Dave P9. Visine Hitmar P10. Ivan P11 after he rage quit. Luke P12 after he also rage quit. Mokrain P13 after several spins. Hyper P14 after I believe he may have rage quit as well. Leonard fails to finish after he crashed. Ryan, Octavian, 11th Panther, Cohen and Steve all also failed to finish the race. Well, I can do interviews, but I don't have any questions prepared, so I'm not a good interviewer. Let's see. Open the web page. Oh, that's gonna... I'll open it later. Right. Apparently the stream stopped when the lightning happened. So, right. Where's the relevant stuff? Is that? Yeah, that will work. That's fine. Right. Okay. Hello.
Hello, mate.
Well, bad luck on that result. I could see you were pushing really hard, but in the end it didn't quite work out for you.
I don't hear you, I think.
Oh, hang on. I've not got... Aha, there we go. Hello? Is that better? Oh, no, he's...
Yeah.
Hello?
Here we go. Yes.
Oh,
There we
Leonard,
go.
I have one question before I'm gonna leave again.
Sorry?
I just have one question. I don't have time to speak, sadly, but I have one question.
Okay.
Are you allowed to overtake under the safety car under any circumstance?
No. It's not allowed to overtake under the safety car.
Wiese is trying to justify why he's allowed to overtake Ryan, and I'm not gonna go into an argument, but me and Ryan is gonna report it because we don't feel like overtaking under safety car is allowed unless the car in front has, like, he pulls to the side or he DNFs or for whatever reason. You can't just say, oh, this guy is going too slow for my liking, I'm gonna overtake him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Basically, just an illegal overtake on the safety car. That's all.
I think there is footage of it.
Yes.
But it's not. It's normally it's not allowed to overtake on the safety car.
Of course, like if someone is standing still, pulling over to the side, stuff like that, then of course you can overtake. But just because someone is going slower than what you like, but like still is like following the pace of the group, then you can't overtake, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's when he's driving slowly on track, then it's not allowed. When he's going off track or something, or damage or something going off track, then it's allowed. But on track, just driving on track, it's not allowed.
Yep. I reported it for Visa because he's not fully into like the formula of how to do it, so I just told him for this time I would do it for him. So yeah, I reported it with footage, like 2 clips. I got one from Handjazz and then one I clipped myself from the stream.
Yes, nice. All right,
okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, have a good evening.
Yes, you too. Same. So, yeah, still going to choose where is going to start.
Sorry?
You can choose which drivers first with the interview. If you have questions,
I had a question.
I'm not really prepared.
So, it looked like you were really pushing hard, but it didn't quite work out for you in the end, did it?
Nope. Yeah, Bradley was really pushing. He was also using a lot of CRS, and I was like, yeah, if I want to be in the DRS train with him, then I need to be in the 1 second gap of him. So I was behind him, and yeah, DRS was allowed in that lap finally, and I was pushing a lot in the first sector to get close to him to get DRS. But then I don't know what happened. I think I clipped a curb or something, and my car I lost the rear, and I tried to correct it, but then I was going again with my rear, and then yeah, then the wall is not really far off the track, and then yeah, that's it. That's what happened. But yeah, GG to Bradley and Dan and Formula Cringe for the podium. Bradley, really fast driver, and yeah, he did an amazing job, winning again.
Yeah, I was saying earlier. Hopefully, he doesn't end up becoming the Lewis Hamilton, where he's winning every single race. But
I tried to stop it. That Bradley is winning. I tried it, but then yeah, the wall.
Hopefully, he's got a weak track at some point. Anyway, Dan Edwin.
Yes.
So it was a very close fight at the end between you and Cringe, but knowing that Cringe had that penalty, were you confident, or were you still trying to get that P2 on the road anyway?
Well, I tried to take P2 on the road, but I figured he had a 5-second penalty under the safety car, so he would get that removed. And the 3 seconds for track limits, I thought as long as I keep it between the lines and don't get a penalty myself, I can try to fight it as long as I don't do anything stupid, because at the end of the day I get P2 if I finish within 3 seconds of him. So yeah, I was pushing and I was trying to push him. Really fun battle. In the end, he got me on track, but I wasn't fighting it too hard, knowing he had the penalty.
And you gained a lot through the I think it was the first safety car.
Yeah, indeed. The not the virtual safety car, but the real safety car. The first few laps, the virtual safety car reduced my delta by a second on the straight, so I was in the minus. So I had to brake, and then I just lost momentum, lost the DRS to Leonard and Cringe in front, and then I just came in that gap behind them and in front of the midfield, and I was just stuck there. So I gambled. I was like, well, I'm just going to stick it as long as I possibly can out there and hope for a safety car due to people having cold tires and spinning it in the wall maybe. And that gamble paid off. Yeah. Got behind Leonard. He spun, tried to keep within Bradley, but yeah, like Leonard said, he's just too fast and I couldn't really push the hards that much due to my low downforce setup.
Well, speaking of Bradley, congratulations on your second win in a row, Bradley. Can anyone stop you?
Well, I don't know. Leonard almost managed to do that because I had a 3-second penalty until he crashed. But yeah, it was really close, and they were really fast today.
Are you hoping to try and win every race this season, or do you want someone else to try and win as well?
Well, winning is always the goal, but yeah, I always love a good fight, and yeah. But I try to win every race. But yeah, as I said, I really like a fight, a good fight for the win. But yeah, today there wasn't really too big of a fight, unfortunately. But I still really enjoyed every lap.
Okay, I've run out of questions, so
yeah.
But,
well,
we still got Dave though in the chat.
Honestly, I don't remember much of what Dave was doing. He like his name would suggest, he was quite anonymous.
Yeah, I was at the back most of the time. Obviously, knocked out in Q2, about P12, P14, something like that. So, yeah, it was bad quality for me. Tyres weren't in the right place. As soon as the race started, though, we started on the softs, managed to make our way up the grid a bit. Obviously, a few mistakes from other drivers, but we managed to get up there. And obviously, when the pit stop did come in through the safety car, repitted on hards, try and go to the end of the race on, but fortunately that didn't work out for us as we did get some wing damage and had a repit again. Fortunately, my team didn't bring out a new wing for me, so I had a repit again, which brought us back down to P10, P9. So, I mean, still happy we got in the points, but I think a lot of work to do now.
I'm trying to remember what position did you come in again? I think you were P9 in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, still points, but I mean, a lot more work to do, especially throughout the season.
Yeah. Race of attrition. So, congratulations on the points. Hopefully, you get more, but it may be difficult if there's less races like that.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll see. And Hanjus, you were not in the race at all. You were just watching. So, oh, and he's
It was planned. It was planned that he was going to race, but yeah, he wasn't there.
Okay, well, I think that's about all we have time for. Congratulations again on your win, Bradley. Congratulations on the podium, Dan Edwin. Congratulations on the points, Dave. Leonard, sucks to be you. Better luck next time.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And congrats to the podium guys and the point finish of Dave.
Yeah, thanks for the stream.
Yeah, thanks for the stream. Yeah.
Gonna watch it back, see them action.
Yeah, and hopefully next time there's no thunderstorms. I could do without that.
It's just started.
But yeah, okay. Yeah. See you guys later.
See you guys.
Yes.
Yep. Bye.
And that is all we have time for, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching for tonight. It's been quite an eventful night, even if it was one I didn't want to be eventful, especially right at the beginning. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But yes, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and good night.